What's up, gamers and gamettes? It's your boy IzzyDGamer here once again, bringing you another crazy episode. That's right. Happy New Year's, guys. It's been great, and I have a lot of great new content coming for the new year. Starting with this new series, and I'm starting with a few homies of mine that you may know, that you may have heard on like stream, if you have ever caught like a Twitch stream, or if you ever checked out a few of the Gaming on My Day Off episodes, the early episodes. We've got DeejThaIndigo, and we've got Tech Support. They're both coming back for the WandaVision in review series is going to be starting up on Monday of it next week. This week we were doing a few test runs and stuff like that, just making sure that everything was working fine. We decided to just record on the fly review episode of The Mandalorian Season 2 in its entirety and kind of how we felt about it. And we also ended up discussing a few of our thoughts on the new Star Wars content that was announced during the Disney Investor Day, and all of that. So I hope you enjoy bonus episode for the review, and then you can be sure to check out the WandaVision in review starting next week. But yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy, man. Bonus episode. What's up, guys? We're doing the Mandalorian review. I am dealing with a bunch of technical difficulties right now. As you can see, it's a bunch of things popping up, but we got it together. We're just doing a quick practice review of the Mandalorian right before we do this crazy WandaVision review that's coming next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we are joined by your boy, your homie, Tech Support, over on the right side, and then we've got your man DeejThaIndigo over on the left, and of course, you know me, IzzyDGamer. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. The Mandalorian, right? How you guys feeling about the season overall? Let's start with Deej.
Yo. Test 1 2 3.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
All right, yeah, you guys' audio wasn't being captured for the beginning, which is why I was like, shoot, hold up, because I was changing some settings last time I was live, to make my audio sound a little better during the stream. Yeah, go ahead with your opinions on the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. It was nostalgic. I think they did a good job.
Yeah. It's pretty dope how they're pushing brand new ideas for the Star Wars franchise. And not just that, but taking old ideas and making them fresh and brand new. I feel like that's dope. And also, I don't know if you guys heard about the new comic and book series is coming out. That just came out.
I heard about the book
week.
series.
Yeah, the new comic came out too. About the High Republic, which is supposed to take place 3 years before the Phantom Menace.
Okay, I was confused on when that took place exactly. Because I was thinking that all the High Republic stuff that they were talking about was like a new Star Wars, like after Rey.
No.
Okay.
To be honest, bro, there's rumors in in the Star Wars verse that they might be retconning
the whole
the
thing.
whole sequel trilogy.
Yo, if they retcon the whole sequel trilogy, I'm not gonna lie, the movies aren't bad. I just rewatched them all. Last Jedi's bad. Or I mean, no, take that back. Rise of Skywalker is bad. Jesus Christ.
The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker are pretty bad.
Dude, no. Look, I'm telling you. There are so many huge plot holes in the Rise of Skywalker. The Last Jedi, you get that crap can skate by. Like yeah, they did dumb stuff. They did. Yes, Leia flew. Yes, she did. That happened.
I'm like trying to remember which ones I haven't. I'm like,
I feel like the Last Jedi really flopped, especially with fans, just by how they did the original characters. Like how they did all the original characters.
They did. Oh, hold on. You're talking about Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and all them.
All of them.
Or are you talking when you say original characters? Who are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about even from the first movie, because Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill for sure.
You think they did Mark Hamill dirty?
Yeah, they did him terrible.
I don't think they did him dirty.
He was not Luke. He wasn't Luke. Like, bottom line, and that's what the fans are saying too. That's what some fans are saying. Like some aren't. Some are literally content with how Luke is. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say a large amount of fans. I'm not gonna say like exactly how many or whatever, but a large amount of fans weren't happy with Luke, and they're so happy with the Mandalorian now because they get to put Luke in a different light than what they saw in The Last Jedi.
I'm sorry, you said they're so happy with who?
Luke. Well, Luke now.
Oh, okay. You're talking about
the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Okay, gotcha.
Because they'd never seen Luke in live action.
Yeah, actually.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, So the thing is, I think the thing that the fans are actually mad about is they never had a chance to actually see Luke as a Jedi Master, work as a Jedi Master. He's always been in training, and then I'm forgetting the names of the movies, but on episode 7, Jesus, hold up,
Force Awakens.
What movie are we on? Frick, episode 6. My bad. On episode 6, he was a Jedi Master, but we didn't see him for that long. Like, we didn't see him in that many lightsaber battles and things like that. And we never really had that chance ever, even after or even on the movies that followed, the prequels and then the sequels. They never covered that. And I can agree on that, but I don't think that I think that the route that they went with Luke wasn't the route that I wanted them to go, but that doesn't make it a bad route story-wise. Like, it's still a good route to tell that story, and that story wasn't a bad story. It was like he was. I just watched The Last Jedi, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty powerful. But he was just kind of getting relaxed within his temple as he's training all of these people. But when he's reading this guy, Adam Driver, I'm just calling him that. Is that okay? What's his name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, thank you so much. Yeah, and then Kylo Ren, he was reading his mind and found out that he had already spoken to Snoke. He was already on the path to darkness. And so his immediate reaction was to turn on his lightsaber, and he's like, yo, I could take this guy out, but he second guessed it. And at that point,
but that's the point I'm making, is that from the original trilogy at the end, when you see him with his father, he is like very calm and almost in a passive nature when it comes to the dark side.
Yeah.
But then you see him with Kylo Ren, and it's like, why is your first instinct to attack when it was never your first instinct before? So that's why fans were like, this is not the same Luke.
No, yeah. No, I get that.
And that's what took like fans away a little bit, because they're like, they're waiting. They've been waiting for a long, long time to see Luke.
No, I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
The first thing they see is like him acting completely out of character from what they remember.
Yeah.
So I can understand, like,
I understand why fans are mad. I definitely do. I definitely understand where you're coming from. My whole thing is like, I just don't think like that's a bad story. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's kind of like the whole The Last of Us situation, to kind of get off topic for a little bit. You know, like a lot of people were mad at the story choice that they made. I won't say spoilers.
I was like, yo, chill.
Yeah, a lot of people were mad. Yeah, a lot of people were mad at the story choices they made in there, but that doesn't make the story bad because people didn't like the choice that they made story-wise. Like some people did like that choice. Like, it's not a bad choice. You know, it's just you didn't want it to happen. And so I think it's kind of the same situation in the Star Wars verse, like, because I can see him getting there, and that's kind of what I want to see, and I hope that they delve deeper into, if they don't retcon the whole thing, is like, I hope that they show him as a Jedi Master, like, so that the fans get what they want, and then they show how he fell and how he got to that point. And I think that would be really interesting story-wise, especially because he redeemed himself. But to get back to the Mandalorian, I just wanted to get into you guys' favorite episodes. What's your favorite episode, Deej?
It's probably in between the first episode and the last episode.
Okay, so why the first episode? I barely remember it. If you could like tell me like a highlight.
The first episode was he returned to Tatooine. Right.
Oh, right. Okay, I do remember it now. Thanks. Go ahead. You can keep going.
He found Boba Fett's armor dang, I wish I could remember his name. Don't bash me on that one. But
oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right.
The sheriff dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
He's an important character.
Yeah, he was in the books. Yeah.
If you read the books before they did the canon swatch with Kathleen Kennedy and her old sequel.
Bro, you speak a different language. I'm a noob. Just explain it in English. I had to look up what retcon means, bruh.
Oh no!
That's why my screen flashed white. I was like, Google it. like I'm struggling to keep up. Jeez.
All right.
But yeah, pretty much the character was in the old Star Wars books before those books became non-canon. So all the non-canon books from before are called legends. So they'll say Star Wars Legends. When you read a comic or a book, that they put all the stuff that
isn't canon
anymore into the Legends category.
That's wild.
So like that's everything that came out before Disney bought Star Wars. Everything.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Except for the movies.
But they're like taking little pieces. That's what I love about this season, is that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are taking pieces from Legends.
Yeah.
Which fans really want.
Yeah.
And putting it into canon.
Yeah, and they're making it canon. That stuff is amazing. They just announced Star Wars Squad. What is? Shoot, I was gonna say Squadrons. Yeah, Rogue Squadrons. Thank you so much. And I'm super excited for that movie. I don't know if I'm excited for the director because to be completely honest, I wasn't a big fan of Wonder Woman.
I haven't watched that either.
And I haven't seen it.
I'm not talking about 2. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. I wasn't a big fan.
I remember that you were like broke the last fight.
Yeah, it ruined it for me. It really did. It took me out the whole movie. I was enjoying it for the most part. And then I like made it to the third act and I was like, oh my god, what happened? What the frick happened? But that's beside the point. She's directing the Rogue Squadron movie, and I'm lightweight excited for it because that also comes from Legends, and that's a story that I really want to see on screen. So that's gonna be really cool.
It's like about 12. I don't know how many they announced, but I think it was like 12 new shows coming out for the Star Wars universe. Shows and movies that are supposed to be dropping. One that really caught my eye was the Bad Batch.
I didn't think it was that.
Yeah, the Bad Batch, and I don't know. You have to actually follow the 7th season, I think, of Star Wars Clone Wars. Yeah, to know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so they show up at the end of Clone Wars, or at the last season of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like clones, but I don't want to spoil anything. They're just special.
I'm watching Clone Wars now.
Except for Echo.
They're special in some ways. They aren't like normal clones. And pretty much they're the best of the best when it comes to what they do.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to take place right after Order 66, which is like a really
where everybody wants to see what happened right there. Everybody wants to see that. Yeah.
It's like, how did y'all get away? Like, what's going on? What characters are we gonna see? Are we gonna see what happens to Baby Grogu?
Yeah. And a few another question or they have a live action character showing up in the Bad Batch also. Just Ming-Na Wen's character.
She plays Fennec.
Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. And they got a few other shows, Ahsoka and what it looks like the High Republic or something like that.
So are they all gonna be live action?
Yes. Except for the Bad Batch and that anime thing that they're doing.
Shoot, I forgot what it's called. But back to the Mandalorian.
But before we get back into the Mandalorian, I did want to say it's probably a good idea that we kind of go over our kind of experience with Star Wars and kind of how far we are into the nerddom. Starting with that tech support. So let me know where you're at. You mentioned it
starting with Lost. Yeah, so I actually looked them up because I was like, I didn't know which one I have watched and have not. I don't think I've seen The Last Jedi. I haven't seen Solo.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Last Jedi together, Nick.
Don't watch Solo.
Okay, maybe it's not The Last Jedi. I haven't watched the latest one, the last one in that trilogy. It's Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't try to just click one. And then I'm watching Clone Wars right now. I don't think I'm too deep though.
What season?
I'm checking right now. I'm watching it on Ashley's because we watched it together. Just looked up.
Okay, so you pretty much watched like all the movies, except for the Rise of Skywalker, and then
the Rise of Skywalker. I haven't seen Solo, and isn't there another one? Wasn't there like another standalone or something?
Yeah, but we watched Rogue One.
Rogue One.
We watched Rogue One.
Yeah,
because like there was a moment where we were watching all the Star Wars movies together, and I think
every year
it was like we watched Force Awakens is what sparked it because you and your whole family went to see that, and then we watched the last Jedi, Rogue One, and then that was it. We were like, all right, and then then the Rise of Skywalker happened.
Yeah.
And then hold on before we switch over to Deej, and then how far are you in Clone Wars?
I'm trying to figure that out. It's not loading. 1 second. Oh, there we are. This says season 1, episode 18.
It's not bad.
I thought it was so much farther.
18, bro. You got a long way to go, but look.
I don't want to start watching now. Stop it,
the
please.
episodes aren't long, so it's like it's not that bad.
Yeah, they're not.
No, I like it. I watch it while I'm doing stuff. It's pretty cool.
I did an expedited version where I looked up all the really good episodes, and then all the good arcs, and then I watched those. So, going to Deej, how far are you in the stars?
Boy, I'm in the outer rim, bro. Yeah. So, I watched all the movies. I've watched Clone Wars all the way through. I watched Rebels all the way through. I even started watching Resistance.
You watched Resistance? That's what had.
Yeah.
Now that one is a future film. Is a future one. It takes place after.
That takes place. I think before the first movie.
Okay.
Or right after the first movie. And then I've watched. Pretty much I've watched everything, and I read the comics too. So.
Nice. Yeah, I tried to start collecting the comics, and then I couldn't make my way to the comic store.
Oh yeah, I haven't. I just watched the Lego special too.
Hey, the holiday special? Yeah, I watched that one too. Yeah. That's the one where they portal. That's the one where they warp through and meet everybody.
Lore, when it comes to Star Wars lore, I'm deeply entrenched.
Do you read Legends?
I read some of Legends. I forgot what the arc is called, but it's pretty much what happened, how the Jedi were created.
How the Jedi were created. Wow. Okay.
What is that? I won't look that up.
Yeah. But it's not, it's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
But they did use the origin planet of the Jedi in The Mandalorian this season when they went to Tython.
Yeah.
Tython was originally the origin planet for the Jedi.
Okay, but they didn't call it the origin planet of the Jedi in The Mandalorian.
No, so they most likely didn't use
the canon.
Or hadn't revealed that in canon.
Yeah, that's what it's that might not be the case anymore. It might not be the origin place of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then to get into the kind of lore that or how far I am, I haven't really gotten into too much Legends, but for everything canon, I'm pretty much caught up on, except for the comic books. I'm behind on everything because I started when they were coming out. Mess with Darth Vader all the way up until 4. Because I was I would go week in, week out, as they released. And then I think I have the 2 for Princess Leia, and I think I have a Lando one, a couple other ones. They're in my collection, but. I definitely want to get back into collecting those though. I hear, especially the Darth Vader ones. I really like those books when I was reading.
Man, those are so good.
Yeah,
it really
I was so disappointed.
Just an overall beast Vader is, man. Because in the movies,
the
movies don't do it justice, bro. In the comics, this dude is crazy.
Yeah, I know. Because I watch a few. I watch this guy Star Wars Explained on YouTube. And he's always constantly talking about how good those books are. Man, I'll definitely.
Yeah, but one scene though that I would say really gave Vader justice is in the Star Wars. Dang, I can't even. I'm blanking. The standalone film, Rogue One.
Yeah.
When he's going through the hallway and just.
Oh yeah, the iconic scene.
Oh yeah.
Body, force pulling.
I keep seeing that compared to Luke's.
Yeah.
They're dope.
I feel like they
Both of
took
them are dope.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, they did a side by side over on YouTube that I was watching, and like there's some scenes that are like
Dead
they like
on.
basically
Wow,
like the same exact scene. And I think they did that on purpose so you could like
Nostalgia.
like father, like son, you know.
Mhm.
Like
Skywalkers.
Skywalkers,
Those
man, they're
Skywalkers.
powerful as
Not
frick.
talking about you, Ray. Not talking about you, but those real Skywalkers, bro.
Nah, she's a Palpatine, bro.
Yeah, but at the end, she's like, "I'm Ray Skywalker."
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about that part. Some people like that though, because like people.
Oh shoot, my bad, Nick.
Hey, bro, I already heard.
I didn't
all
think
this.
he cared about the movies. The movie spoilers.
Yeah, I heard it sucked, so I was like, all right, well.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. To get back into this this thing before we get back into the Mandalorian, because we were like all over Star Wars today, but yeah. So Rogue Squadrons, Patty Jenkins is directing to kind of fact check about some things that we mentioned earlier. Obi-Wan Kenobi was announced, and it was also announced that Hayden Christensen would be back to play Darth Vader in Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's super exciting news to me because I freaking love Hayden Christensen. I know I'm like the only one that loves Hayden Christensen, but like,
no, I love them.
yeah,
and I don't care. Y'all can get on me about it. I love the prequels.
He like. I'm not gonna lie, like so I just rewatched all those episodes, and some of it is pretty cringe, but I got faith in like Disney Plus. I got faith in Dave Filoni. I got faith in everybody involved in this new Obi-Wan series. It's gonna be dope as frick. So I think that Hayden's is a good actor overall. So it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We also got Rosario Dawson is coming back as Ahsoka Tano. It's a Star Wars series that Dave Filoni is in charge of writing. Super exciting news. Dave Filoni is, of course, created Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars series, and then brought her back in Rebels, and then brought her back again in the Mandalorian live action cast as Rosario Dawson. That's super exciting. How did you guys feel about that episode of The Mandalorian, The Jedi?
I loved it. But when it came to Ahsoka and her Leku, which is the tentacles that they have on their Leku. They're called Leku.
You know it all. I was like, you know the neck tentacles names,
like,
bro. There's no deeper than that.
But her Leku are just like too short.
Yeah.
Compared to her animated version, which
you think
a lot of people got on.
Too short? Like the tentacles? The actual the length of them, or is it too not tall enough? As
they grow older, their legs get longer and longer.
Oh, okay.
And they grow like the horn looking Leku coming out. But her character has small Leku like a child. So people were like, what? Yeah. She's like old as
like she's like super old, and then
but they were saying like that 50, when it came to recording and like creating Leku and stuff, it just didn't work. They wanted it to be real.
Oh right, yeah, I heard about that.
And stuff,
with
that headpiece.
Mm-hmm. So they had to shorten it. Yeah, I remember.
So they had to shorten it.
Yeah, I remember. But they talked about it in the if anybody wants to watch it, they talked about it in the Mandalorian behind the scenes Disney Plus series. I forget what it's called, but it's literally like it's an hour-long episode now. They don't do before for the first season it was like 8-9 episodes where they talk to each director. But for the second season it was just one episode for an hour. But it's still pretty good if anybody wants like any of the behind the scenes information on it.
Yeah, so they were just like, it wouldn't have worked out with that size and her movements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's running around, you know, slashing with the sword, with the lightsaber. You know, having super fights, jumping off buildings and stuff. So, so tech support. As somebody who
isn't really too deep into the Clone Wars lore, how'd you feel about the episode The Jedi and the Mandalorian?
It's actually funny because I recognized her from when I was a kid. I didn't know what she was from, but I had the toys of her, so like she was cool all the time.
Yeah,
but,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
But that's why I was like, it was cool. It's really nostalgic because like a lot of this stuff I should have like paid attention to when I was younger because everybody I was friends with was into it.
Yeah.
But like seeing her now, it's so cool to like see a grown version. I didn't know the thing about the tentacles. Now I'm a little disappointed. Like, come on.
The tentacles, right, bro?
But like, yeah, it was cool. Like, cause I have watched some of the Clone Wars and stuff like that. And she's funny. I can't wait to see more of her personality come out in the character.
Yeah, like, definitely. I thought it was really good to see her in Rebels. You know what I mean? Like when I saw her in Rebels and I saw like the route that they're going, where she's showing up throughout like all these different series, older and like she's lived a little bit more. Yeah. There's stuff that you've missed. You know what I mean? And like
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I really like that in this kind of Ahsoka Tano character, like, cause I just recently like binged like all of the CG stuff, so like Clone Wars and Rebels, and like got hip to like how good of a Jedi Ahsoka Tano actually is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she's nobody to F around with, bro. Like she'll mess you up. You know what I mean? And I thought overall the episode was pretty good. I think that the way that it opened cold and just gave you Ahsoka Tano right away, nobody was expecting that. Really good. And then I like the style of it. I think that it being like a kind of spaghetti western throughout the whole thing for the Mandalorian, and then this kind of samurai story for Ahsoka Tano through the whole thing. I thought that was a pretty cool way of going about it. And I know that Dave Filoni directed that episode. And he put a lot of time and effort into the surrounding of the kind of story. It's not just what the characters are doing, but what's actually going on in the environment and stuff like that. I thought it was a different type of episode. It kind of like it stood out to me, you know, within the series. I won't say it's my favorite episode, but it definitely stood out. And it wasn't just because of Ahsoka being in there and the reveal of Baby Yoda's name, Grogu, which was like pretty surprising. How does everybody feel about that name? I
was always okay with it. I think it's like a good name.
Yeah. I thought it was surprising. Like when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, there was a lot of hype, and then when they said Grogu, they were like, I was like, "What? What type of name is Grogu?" Yeah. But like it grew on you, obviously, it's somebody's name. It becomes like, "Oh, it's your name, bro. It's whatever." But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
So people still call it Baby Yoda, though. It's funny.
Right, exactly. Some people still call him Baby Yoda, and it'll just take them getting used to it.
You guys are way deeper than I am. Well, how come that he doesn't have a race or whatever? Like,
he does.
What is it though? Like, why do they call him Baby Yoda? Like, why do they call him a child?
Like, nobody, like, their race is really rare to come across, and like nobody knows much about their race. They just know that they happen to be like very strong with the Force. Like, they tend to be very strong with the Force.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Another thing that got announced that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be producing is Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic. They didn't say much else about it, so what are we expecting this to be about, just off the name?
So I think it has something to do with a flight squad.
Same. I agree.
Because I'm pretty sure that was it the second or third episode with the frog lady?
Yes, second and third.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that that flight squad were Rangers. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But
Are you talking about Dave Filoni's character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. I know that he also appeared in a CG thing. I want to say, I don't know if it was Rebels. I want to say it was Rebels though.
Yeah.
But that's about all I know about those characters.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I can agree with that. I think that it's something based in flight because of the logo. Really, like you can tell that there's like they have like these like 3 little wing type things coming out. and that just kind of makes me think that it's got something to do with flight. Another thing that we've got announced is Lando. They didn't announce if anybody is coming back. They've previously played Lando, like Donald Glover, or anything like that.
Glover?
Right?
And you mean Childish Gambino?
And Justin Seaman.
I don't know who any of these people are besides
creating it, and he directed Dear White People. If anybody saw that on Netflix,
Okay.
then he'll be directing this Lando story. So it looks like, from what it seems like, is anybody excited for Lando?
No.
Anybody watch Solo?
Yeah.
Good.
It was in my opinion probably the worst movie they made.
Oh my goodness, I'm not watching this movie.
Lando?
You said the worst movie they made?
I thought it was boring. I don't know if it's the worst movie they made because I feel like the worst is Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I feel like the worst is Rise.
I feel like Rise of Skywalker was more exciting than that was.
I
so
can
that's
agree
why
with
it's
that.
like it's gonna be the worst for me.
Okay. Because I'm so into story, when things don't connect, that drops it lower than like a boring story for me. So, they're both bad.
Oh, no, that's the only ones I haven't seen 2 out of the movies, I think. No motivation to watch them now, guys. Thanks.
Okay, so this is one that I'm actually pretty excited for, and I'll read it verbatim what they said on the Lucasfilm project on StarWars.com. Andor, a tense, nail-biting spy thriller created by Tony Gilroy, is set to arrive on Disney Plus in 2022 with Diego Luna reprising his role as the rebel spy Cassian Andor from Rogue One. We'll be joining a fantastic new cast that includes Stellan Skarsgård, Adria Arona, Fiona Shaw. Did anybody know these people? All right, let's skip it. Right, I don't know any of these actors. I'm sorry. And Javiv O'Reilly as Mon Mothma. So Mon Mothma will be in here. The production kicked off 3 weeks ago during the time of this posting, so they're already recording the episodes, which is pretty exciting news. Anybody else drinking this Andor juice?
I mean, I feel like it'll be an exciting story. I don't feel like it's going to get me deep into, like, I don't know, the lore of it.
Yeah.
That makes any sense. It's going to be its own story.
Yeah. It's going to definitely be its own story. How are you feeling about it, Tech?
I'll probably end up watching it. Like a lot of these, especially the newer ones, I've liked. Aside from the movies, I don't really know about the movies much.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's been on Disney Plus has been cool, like Mandalorian and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what else they bring. I just don't know the story, so I'll probably end up watching it anyways.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance, definitely check out Rogue One.
Yeah.
Again, because you didn't like remember watching it. I think it's really good, and I think he's a really good character. Like he's like a really good actor, in my personal opinion. The Acolyte is another show that got announced. Leslie Headland, Emmy Award nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll. Anybody see that? Russian Doll brings a new Star Wars series to Disney. Hold on. Brings a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus. The Acolyte. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take the audience into the galaxy of the shadowy secrets of the emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. Anybody feeling the Acolyte?
I feel like
let's start with Deej. You think it's gonna be a flop? Why you say that?
I think it's gonna be a flop. Okay, so here's a little bit of story for you. So when it came to the sequel trilogy, okay, so you know the person in charge of Star Wars right now is Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes.
Kathleen Kennedy had all creative rights, pretty much, to see how to pretty much create the sequel trilogy how she wanted. And she did.
I'm sorry. Can we take a second to just ask the question? How the frick did Kathleen Kennedy get that right? How the frick did that happen?
Right?
Who was Kathleen Kennedy? Like, she just came out of nowhere and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just do this."
Yeah, and another issue is that she's not even. She said pretty much that she's not really even a Star Wars fan.
I know. Everyone knows. I
don't even know who the lady is.
Dude, all you gotta do is watch this sequel movies and be like, oh, well, obviously she's not a fan because, dude, if this ever happened in the MCU, do you think for a second that Kevin Feige would be like, yeah, bro, those movies are cool to release? He'd be like, nah, bro, you fired, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and hire somebody else.
He doesn't. The whole project.
Right. And pretty much at this point in the game, like, I've seen her literally so she had this little campaign thing where she's like making shirts that said, the Force is female. And I'm sitting there like, no, there's no gender when it comes to the Force, yeah. Like, no, that's just you pushing your own, like, politics onto Star Wars where it really has no business being.
Yeah. Like,
human on Earth politics and should not be in Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's why, like, so
it's an escape from that.
So she's pretty much in charge of that show as well. And I guarantee she's in charge right now. She's in charge of the comics and books as well.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think,
and I can tell you, I read the first comic.
Of what?
Of the High Republic.
Okay.
She's in charge of that as well. She hired the people that made the stories for the books and the comics and everything High Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, there's already huge issues. There's already huge issues.
It's cool though.
And it seems like she's not really learning from her mistakes. She's really trying to change Star Wars into what she wants Star Wars to be.
Yeah, but Star Wars is already a thing. It's already established. You can.
And she doesn't really care about like what the fans think about it. She's like, I want Star Wars to be this. I'm in charge, so I'm gonna make Star Wars this way. She's already gotten like arguments with Mark Hamill about it. They had to fire Brie Larson. She was supposed to play in she was supposed to play in The Acolyte. They fired her because you know how Brie Larson is with her opinions on how shows should be and how movies should be when they're not your shows and they're not your movies. So I feel like she's gonna continue what she's been doing and try to push Star Wars to be what she wants it to be. And already fans are like, I'm not really messing with the High Republic.
Yeah. Well, fans are like, I'm not really messing with Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, they're not messing with the High Republic because she's in charge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, And it's bad. It's honestly bad for business. That's why it's not gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, they're gearing up to take over. At the end of the day, that's what's going on. And Kevin Feige is already coming to direct his own movie. I believe like he's getting already. Rumors are surrounding it saying he's getting RDJ to be in there somehow, involved somehow. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be actually in the movie. I think he might be taking a role behind the scenes with Kevin Feige, but that's just a rumor right now.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that would. That really would. Like, if he was in the movie, it would be hilarious.
Yeah. I heard rumors.
Explain.
Sorry. RDJ is Robert Downey Jr. name.
Yeah.
RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. Okay.
He
in
played,
Star Wars.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's why it would be hilarious.
That's
because it would be so weird. Yeah.
Like, of course.
Uh-huh.
It'd have been funny. It'd be hilarious if he was like some type of mechanic for like some ship or something.
They should definitely do that. They should definitely have it be like some super smart mechanic. But before we move on to the next little piece, The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that was around that will take the audience into the galaxy of the shadowy secrets and emerging darkness side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. And tech support, how are you feeling about that now?
So High Republic is the newer movies. It's all the newer movies.
No, they're the comic books and the books right now. So the High Republic takes place 200 years before the first prequel movie, The Phantom Menace.
Yep.
And pretty much it's like before the Jedi were like deeply rooted into the Jedi Council and the politics of like
all the stuff.
Yeah. So the Sith and all of them have already been like taken care of. So there's like a level of almost peace with the Jedi. And so they released like some of the enemies that they faced. So they're not facing the sad part is they're not facing Sith.
So the High Republic is 200 years before what actually happens in the Star Wars movies, the central movies that we
so it gives some like backstory basically to what's going on,
and this is about the dark side. So it's 200 years and it's about the dark side. How are you feeling about with just that information alone?
I'm intrigued because none of that, like I don't know anything about any of that, so like it's just going to be a complete new door into the Star Wars universe basically for me. So it seems interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, sadly with the Kathleen Kennedy information, it's sad, because I just her as a she doesn't the job that she has is not the right one, and I just think that because I'm super interested in the idea, like tech support says, like there's really interesting information, but like information that I want too.
Depends on the execute.
That's executing it is just not good, so it could just be bad. It's kind of like how I felt about The Last Jedi before it came out. I was like, dude, they can go so many places, so many freaking places. I'm so ready. Leia flies. That's what we do. We're going to a casino. That's what we're doing. That's what we're deciding to do. Casino. It's Casino Royale, 007.
What is this? I haven't seen this movie. They're making it so much. I'm like, how does this all relate to Star Wars?
The Star Wars lore is just full of like crazy and amazing ideas that they could have just plucked and put in a movie.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, we want to do it our way, and we want to create Star Wars however we want it, even though it's already set and made. Like, it's not your thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like some of the central points You know, like they just can't be changed. And when they are, and they don't change it right, you know what I mean? Like,
not for the better.
Yeah, it's just all bad. The next thing that got announced was Star Wars: The Bad Batch, and of course that is the series that we talked about a little bit earlier. The series follows up the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introduced in the Clone Wars. As they find their way to in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone Wars. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who are very who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army. Each possess a singular exceptional skill, which makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers. And a formidable crew. In the post-Clone Wars era, they will take on daring mercenaries missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find a new purpose. The animated series will arrive exclusively on Disney Plus. No date was announced. So quickly, because we already talked about it a little bit, how are you guys feeling once again about the Bad Batch? Now, this is another CG. This is the continuation of the CG projects that they started with Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. And it looks really good.
Yeah.
The CG, like,
it looks like season 7.
Really crisp. Like, better than either Clone Wars or Rebels.
Yeah, I think it looked like season 7, because season 7 got a definite bump and upgrade to the look of it, and it looked amazing. And so does the Bad Batch. Bad Batch looks really good.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited for it. If you've seen season 7, you know why. No spoilers here, but watch season 7, and you'll be like,
yeah. Tech support, how you feeling about it?
I'm intrigued. Anything with the clones is pretty good for me. Like, I like watching them. It's pretty cool how they have different personalities, even though they're all clones. So
I really like that.
Cool off the bat.
I like that. That's pretty much what the Clone Wars is about. It's like, you guys think we're clones, but we're all like individuals. We're all different in our own way. Rex. Shout out to Rex. Big homie.
Yeah.
And then another announcement was Star Wars Visions, presenting all new creative takes on the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. The anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. So how does that sound? Because I feel like that sounds amazing, and I'm all for it. I'll be watching all 10 episodes, and I'll be there Friday, 12 o'clock, or in the morning. Like, what's up, bro? I'm ready. I'm watching.
So, like, is it all new stories?
Yeah. So let's start with tech support. They're all new stories supposedly.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Like, I can't wait to see how they do it. That just sounds amazing. Like, it doesn't sound like a single
Star
negative.
Wars anime, bro. Like, I'm all for it, bro. That's all you had to say.
All
right, Deej, how you feeling about
it? The fact that it's anime, and that's just a new take that we've never seen before from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking at like fan mades.
Except for unless you count the one Clone Wars run that they did with the Samurai Jack artist.
Oh yeah.
Before the CG Clone Wars.
I don't feel like it's gonna be like that. I feel like we're gonna get some Demon Slayer type of art.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we get something related. I don't care if it varies. Like, if we have some artists, like maybe one or two in there that are kind of like more cartoonish.
I hope it varies.
Yeah, and then if we have like something that's like straight up anime, Tokyo Ghoul type stuff.
It'd be so cool.
I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. Another thing that they had announced is a droid story. As Lucasfilm continues to develop new stories, the interaction of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities to explore. Lucasfilm Animation will be teaming up with the Lucasfilm's visual effects team, Industrial Light and Magic, to develop the special Star Wars adventure for Disney Plus. The droid story, this epic journey, will introduce a new hero, guided by the legendary duo R2-D2 and C3PO. So, Deej, how you feeling about a droid story?
I feel like if they make it really funny, it really depends on how funny they make it for me. Because to be honest, I don't really care too much about the journeys of C3PO and R2-D2.
Okay. Tech, how you feeling about it?
Well, I guess it depends. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, the fact that they're doing this in the first place, it has me intrigued, actually. Because I'm like, why are they making it where they have a story for R2-D2? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why? What is going on here? I want to know what's going on, as opposed to... I have the opposite feeling to that. I'm like, what? Another hero? Like, it didn't say Sith or Jedi or not, so, like, you don't know what hero. Like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So that's the part that has me most intrigued, is they say a new hero, and so I'm curious as to who the new hero is. You know,
and is it the future of the franchise?
It could be right, exactly. It could be the introduction of like an important character. You never know. Just depending on like how much they're putting behind this droid story. Yeah. Now, me personally, I don't like Deej said, I don't care about R2-D2. I
don't care what
at all. I do not. Actually,
you got shiny
C3PO. I care about R2-D2 a little bit because I'm like, yeah, his mind never got wiped. Like, he's important. But C3PO, I'm like, okay, you've survived just a little bit too long, bro. And so
you should have been in a scrap heap already, bro.
Yeah. And then and that was it. That was pretty much all they announced. They also announced Willow, which is something completely unrelated to Star Wars, but anybody who's interested in the other George Lucas universes, they got that.
He's got other universes. Hold up, what?
Just Willow, which was like a little. I think it was like a little story he did, short run for, and then like people wanted more, but he never went back to it. He just stuck to Star Wars, and now Disney's like, hey man, there's money there. People want that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that was announced. And to wrap it up, we can wrap it up with our favorite episodes, man. So you said we started with Deej, and you were saying that the first episode was one of your favorite episodes because they brought back one of the characters from the books.
That wasn't the reason, but
what I was saying was that was the last thing you said about it before I cut you up. We got back into this.
So, I'd say my favorite part was just the killing of the crate dragon.
Yeah, bro, that part was epic.
And the information that we got at the end when we see the Jawas pull out
pearls.
The pearl out of the crate dragon.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if people know this, but you can actually power a lightsaber with more than just kyber crystals. You can use the pearl of a crate dragon as well. And I just want to see what lightsaber eventually, hopefully. I feel like they're not just gonna put that in there without it being used in the future. But I feel like someone's going to get that pearl and use it for a lightsaber. And I just want to see what happens with the lightsaber when you put a crate dragon pearl in instead of a
sounds cool.
Yeah, because that was all that stuff is information pulled from Legends that was revealed in the first episode. Because before the first episode, the only other scene with the crate dragon was from episode 1, right? Mm-hmm. And
when you see the bones.
And when you see the bones of the crate dragon, you don't actually see it I think it was cool to see that live action too. I agree with you. I think that was pretty dope. The fight was really awesome. Seeing Boba Fett armor and Mando kind of fighting together. I wish I knew that character's name. I forgot it. The sheriff that was working with them that ended up giving him the armor back at the end. But yeah, I agree. First episode was really good. Tech support. Favorite episode, man.
Mine was definitely the last episode. It was like, because like I get to watch it with Ashley, who doesn't watch Star Wars at all, so she's not really hip to most of the stuff in it. So like stuff when like the X-wing was flying up, and I was like, I know who that is. Like it felt cool to like as someone who doesn't watch as much to recognize immediately. Like, yo, I actually know this. I'm like, yo, if I'm right, this is nuts. I'm like, you don't understand the implications of what's going on right now. I'm like, this is cool. Yeah. I'm like, the hand, and it went down from like when he started chopping things up. I'm like, the lightsaber's green. He's missing one hand. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, this is just a list. I was getting so hyped. It was cool. And then the emotional scene where Mando says goodbye to Grogu or whatever. That was cool too. Like, I thought that was really cool. I think they did a good job with the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, wow. Like, I'm so glad I watched this. Like, this is dope.
Yeah, before we get a chance to talk about that, because I wanted to save that one for last, let me get into my favorite episode, because it was, I'm actually going to change my favorite episode, right? Like, on the fly, because I was gonna say my favorite episode, and it's worth a shout out, so I'm gonna just call it a freaking honorable mention. But the one with Bill Burr, that was a really fantastic episode, because it was different. It wasn't the normal, like, bro, we're about to go in here, we're about to shoot up some things and get this job done and then get out. Like, even though that's pretty much what they did, like, that the conversation in between there was so powerful. It was so powerful, bro, that like I was like at the edge of my seat, like, bro, what is about to happen next? And when he blasted him, I was like, oh yes, I know what you're talking about. That. Oh my gosh, I was like, yo, that episode was so good.
Yeah, it really reminded me of like Inglourious Basterds.
I don't even think I've seen that ever.
Yeah, but there's a scene where like he's sitting there with the Nazis, and he puts his 3 fingers up like this, but Germans count like this.
Uh-huh.
So he knew he was an American.
Yeah.
And then he blasted him real quick.
Oh,
and I'm like, bro, that reminded me of that scene a lot. Yeah, it was really deep, and just the idea of, you know, you can switch up. You know, he understood that he had like his honor on the line and the idea of being a Mandalorian on the line when it came to his mask.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, bro, this is more important.
Yeah,
the cause is more important than my belief.
At the end of the day.
Any type of like, you know, any type of rules or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I gotta get this done because I gotta find this. I gotta find Grogu.
Yeah, and I want to say that the episode is called "The Believer." Episode 15. If anybody wants to check it out, but yeah, I definitely agree. I think like it was all understood, like why he needed to take off the helmet. You know, like I feel like us as viewers could all understand where he was coming from, and like even though it was like against his creed, we're like, bro, like he's got to do it. Like it was so understandable. I think that was a perfect moment, and I wish that had been the first time. You know. I actually think it was though.
No, well,
because
the
robot took it off, but that didn't count, right?
What?
The robot took it off, but that didn't count, right? Because nobody else saw him.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time.
No, in the first season, he took his mask off because he almost died. Remember?
No, that's what I'm saying. The robot didn't count. K2SO.
Because there was no humans around to see it. It didn't break the.
It didn't break the creed. And that's why
he wasn't seen. That's like saying you can't shower. He's in the shower with his helmet on, like, well, can't brush my teeth, bro. Sorry. You ever try to fit a toothbrush in this thing?
Yeah. So that was a really good episode, and then the other episode that I wanted to shout out is the Bo-Katan episode. That's perfect. I really
nice little flashback of Bo-Katan, and to see her again was dope. I think the first character that was switched over from the animated series.
Yes, and it was, dude, so good. Can I just say that it's so amazing that they were able to cast the voice actor of Bo-Katan as the character in The Mandalorian. That is so amazing. And it was like spot on casting. It was spot on. I was like, Jesus Christ, like she looks like Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, how'd you feel about Sasha Banks' character? The other Mandalorian was in there.
Yeah. She was cool. I like the little fight between her and Boba.
Mm-hmm.
That was super dope. And I'm like, I want to see Mandalorians fight more.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Some more Mandalorian combat. And I think they teased at it after the Darksaber in the final episode. But before we get into that, one other thing that I wanted to talk about was the reveal of freaking Boba Fett, man. Hey, Freddie, what's up? How'd y'all feel? Starting with tech support, actually. How'd you feel about
I was kind of confused because, like, as far as I was aware, he was a villain. Like, he was bad.
Okay.
But, like, that's just because I didn't know too much about him.
Yeah, I would call him more like an anti-hero because he's a bounty hunter, you know what I'm saying? So it's like whoever hires him, whoever's paying the most is the person he's working for. At the time,
I'm trying to remember which is who.
That was Darth Vader. at the time where he was considered a bad guy and stuff like that, it was because he was hired by Darth Vader. But now he doesn't work for Darth Vader. He doesn't work for any Sith, so he's just kind of
he's by himself.
Yeah, Deej, how did you feel about Boba?
I always liked Boba. Even especially with the animated series, you get to see him as a kid, kind of like growing up.
The one episode, real quick, the one episode where he infiltrated the training grounds, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite episodes in Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Okay, but go ahead.
So it's like, I always root for Boba Fett. I feel like how they went about Boba Fett and his armor was pretty dope. And then we actually learned, like, because it's been a long time, people were like, Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian. He's not a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But it's his father's armor. And I guess, like, if your father's a Mandalorian and passes it down to you, that still counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that was cool that they, like, and I gotta say, man, like, dude, I don't know if it's Dave Filoni and he's just like got his handprint on everything, like literally everything, because this lightweight reminded me of Rogue One and how they just simply came up with the explanation. It was like, yo, here you guys go, shut up. We're not talking about this no more. Like, it's explained now, canon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and like they've been executing those explanations perfectly every time.
Yeah.
So for the last episode, I wanted to talk about was the rescue, the final episode. Man, so how did you feel about before we actually get into the episode? How did you feel about Giancarlo Esposito's performance? And I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah. How did you feel about his performance in the Mandalorian?
Absolutely exquisite.
Yeah.
Like everything he touches.
Yeah. He's pretty good, man. Tech, if you're wondering who Giancarlo Esposito is, he's Moff Gideon, and the
oh my god, yeah, he's amazing in everything he's in. I don't get. He's like the perfect villain.
Yeah, man, he really is. Man. Like, cause he just got that cadence about him, bro. Where
he's sinister.
Yeah, he just kind of. You're right. Yeah, he's just like so cool and confident about it. You be scared, like, bro, what the frick? Chill. But yeah, I thought he was amazing, man. Definitely, especially in the final episode when he pulled out that Darksaber on the Mandalorian, man. We got to see Mando versus Moff Gideon, man. That was really cool. He was definitely putting in that work, bro, with that saber, no cap. Like, so how did you guys? So starting with that fight, how did you guys feel about that fight? Like, how do you feel it was executed?
It was really good, very well done. I like seeing Din Djarin with his skills with the
Well, he was going in, right?
Yeah.
He was like, wow. Dude, he was so skilled, like, bro. It was like this is like play for him for real. Like, I get that Moff Gideon is like, he's really trying, he's really going off. I get it. But dude, Din Djarin is like, bro, I'm about to wreck you. Chill. He's like, bro, I'm about to put you down. Look, I'm just trying to play. Look, all I want is my baby back, bro.
Like, he just got wrecked. It was great.
Yeah, it really was really good. Tech, you felt it was good?
Yeah, and then a little bit afterwards about how the Darksaber can only be won in combat.
Yeah, so that was.
Bro, I was like, are they about to fight? I'm like, he's like, you can have it. He's like, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, do it. I'm like, bite. This is cool. Yeah, but it's Bo-Katan, right?
Yeah. So Din Djarin and Bo-Katan were about to fight. Stuff was crazy. They're about to pop off because they now need to win the lightsaber.
Yeah, you have to win the Darksaber over, which is crazy. So what is the Darksaber? Like,
so the Darksaber pops up in Clone Wars. So in order to avoid too many spoilers, that's where we'll leave it. Is that it pops up in Clone Wars.
Okay.
And then all right. And all the information that you need about it shows up in the CG shows.
Okay.
And Mandalorian.
So does Moff Gideon show up again, or is that was just for Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out who are these characters?
Yeah. It would have been
are they imported for the future?
Clone Wars or something.
Yeah.
You know what I just thought about is maybe Bad Batch can cover that. Could.
Yeah.
Yeah. They normally do cover some sort of Mandalorian, like arc. There's some sort of Mandalorian arc all the time. So. But yeah, so that was definitely exciting information. Now, how do you guys feel about the Dark Troopers?
Oh, I feel like their time was cut very short.
And this is version 3,
it's like
right?
The third version.
Like version 3 of when I was doing this, I was doing the V, not a 2. I was for everybody watching.
And I think they took the concept of the Dark Troopers from, I think, the Knights of the Old Republic video game. The RPG.
I know the game.
But I'm pretty sure that's where they pulled that from.
Okay, and then finally, or actually, one thing I wanted to say is, so about the fighting for the Darksaber, that just became a thing, right? Because the homie S, not to spoil anything, so I'll just say letters. The homie S, right? Like, she just gave it to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that did happen. But we don't know like what the rules of the saber became over time. You know?
So this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say about that. It's like, I have a feeling that her losing it had something to do with that. Had something to do with it just being given to her. And because of that, she's like, no, I need to win it. And that's why she's so like, I need to win it now. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to just getting it given to me. And because up until that point, everyone else had won it in the battle. Up until the point where S gave it. It was won.
I feel like that's a good idea, and you're probably on the right track. But I also feel like because she didn't win it, it may have affected her rule.
Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, like people may not have been like
her rule over Mandalorian.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, now that makes sense. So one Twitter I will give is because it's just kind of extra information that I think is kind of relevant is that whoever wields the Darksaber rules over the planet of Mandalorians, which is Mandalore.
Oh, really?
And that's why it's so important to Mandalorian culture.
Okay. The way I saw the Darksaber though is like, did it? Because like lightsabers are only as powerful as a non-Jedi can use a lightsaber, but it's only as strong because it has the Force or some shit, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
So would it be similar with that? Like it doesn't have as much power, but you could still use it.
No,
the Darksaber just doesn't work at all.
It has the same power, but the thing about lightsabers is that the kyber crystal in the lightsaber can connect with Force wielders. So the kyber crystal is connected with the Force in more ways than other crystals, you know. So
I thought that the lore behind the Darksaber was it grows in strength depending on the wielder, and that it can also change length depending on the wielder also. I'm telling you, look up the Darksaber video.
That's wrong.
But that is look up a Darksaber video that could have just been. It's either a rumor within the Star Wars lore, like that's what people tell other people, you know, in Star Wars, or it's an actual thing. I couldn't remember because I was
have to look it up.
Yeah, I was watching some videos on it. And yeah, so that kind of brings me to the end, which is when the homie shows up. So Deej, man, if you could please tell me what happens after the Dark Troopers that get ejected out into space come back.
So pretty much they corner our heroes in, I think, the bridge of the ship, and it looks like all hope is lost because not only do they have, you know, to worry about Moff Gideon, who right now is detained, but they're all, you know, but at the same time he's sneaky. He's a slimy guy, and not only are they worried about that, but they got the Dark Troopers trying to ram through the metal door.
Can we talk about how the most expensive robots ever? They have no way. Like they're killing machines, right? Why are they opening the door with their fists? Like there's not some other way that they could have opened the door. Like, bruh, it's C3PO or something, or 2 was like on the door, like they could open that. Like, nah, they didn't have no computer. Like they couldn't work in the mainframe at all. There's like, we're gonna punch through.
Hey, bro, I never even thought about that, but you're right. Because they're definitely like, why didn't you, like, I get it.
This is your shit.
You're a robot now, bro, and so you should be able to, like, hack that door wide on the frick open. Like, nah, bro, you're not, yeah, I don't know what y'all thought.
We're gonna just slowly get into this. Like, what will get you?
Didn't he destroy the panel that controls the door, though?
I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how the.
I don't either. I just remember the very expensive robots that just basically toaster ovens.
Yeah. you might be right, but that is pretty funny though. If they did.
You know, right as soon as they're about to bust through, boom, X-Wing comes in.
Boom. Oh, yeah. What's everybody expecting right there, man?
We know the only
lone X-Wing,
the only one we care about.
Because what happened was, I said, when that moment happened and the X-Wing came in, I said, dude, who the frick is supposed to help with just one X-Wing? And then when she said it, frick, I forget her character, Gina Carano, I think her name is, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, one X-Wing, we're saved, or something like that.
Yeah, she said like one X-Wing, we're saved. I was like, nah, you can't agree with me, bro. That gotta be freaking Jedi, bro. What was that? And then I'm like, who flies the X-Wing? I'm like, dude, what the frick am I thinking about? Of course it's the homie. But go ahead.
Funny thing though is when I seen that scene, I was like, who could it be?
Yeah.
I was like, dang, are they gonna bring my boy Ezra?
Dude, I was watching the streamer Aliska, and she said the same thing. She was like, is that Ezra? Like the whole time she was like, dude, is that Ezra? It's gotta be Ezra. And I was like, I never saw it as Ezra, bro.
Ezra is one of my favorite Jedi.
Dude, he's cool as frick. He can freaking can he control animals with the Force or something like that? Yeah. Because it seems like that's what he does.
What is this dude's name? What? Say it again.
Sorry for the spoilers, man. I got too excited.
Bro, I gotta look up names.
Just watch Star Wars.
Bro, that's so far.
Yeah, finish Star Wars first. You got a long way to
that's
go,
like, yeah. Oh, jeez.
You got a long way to go, bro. I'd say, just do it like day by day. Take it easy, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. I listen to this advice every time, you know?
Every time you do, he binges the crap, and then he like gets,
just drops it.
He's like, I can't watch anymore.
I did it with Naruto. I watched all of Naruto, got to Shippuden, and I was like, I'm not watching this.
Because I'm not gonna lie, the same thing was happening to me before I just started watching like one episode a day or something, dude. That would be like that. Like I was telling you when I was over last time, I was like, dude, I would watch episodes and then I just stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm not watching it.
When it came to the Star Wars shows, I binged those boys out.
Yeah.
I was watching like 5 episodes. Bow. Better eat. Bow. Watching some more at nighttime. Like,
oh, geez.
But I think it might work for you because you still be watching like. You're watching them out, and then you kind of chill, and then you kind of like you might like do a little distraction or something like that, and then get back to 5 more episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like for me, it would be no. It's the whole day. Star Wars is on, bruh. It's no break. I go upstairs. I'm using the bathroom. Star Wars still playing downstairs, bro. Star Wars is still. I just turned the volume up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, like, it's no chill. That's all I was like. It's not like it. I just, you know, like, I think people just need like a little second between a binge session.
People don't like realize is that I binged both the Clone Wars and Rebels right after each other, like last year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And like. So I didn't have any of this knowledge
beforehand.
Before a year ago.
Yeah.
And
same. Okay, so once the X-Wing gets there, man, what happens? Who's in the X-Wing?
So then that's when the dark troopers are like,
"Fix that."
What's going on? I sense a disturbance in the force. So they turn around, bro. You know, you see the smoke come out, and then you just see the green lightsaber. And you like,
it's you.
Yeah. The moment people caught that green lightsaber, it's like, Luke is not even a question. And what's crazy is, Ezra has a green lightsaber.
Yeah, but Ezra don't be wearing cloaks.
True.
I'm like, that dude got a cloak on? Oh, yeah.
He's hitting in the mist, bro. He's chilling in the shadows.
So then he's like slashing through them. He's using the Force Crush. I'm like,
Such a
is that a dark side ability?
Dude, I thought the same thing, yeah. But he was
angry.
He didn't give a frick.
He's like,
bro, y'all still trying to kill Jedi, bro. Y'all ain't learn your lesson. Like, why y'all going after this baby, bro? Don't make me put the hands to you.
The one thing is that the Sith knew that there's no way that they're gonna win when it comes to like brute strength against the Jedi. So they had to use other means.
Yeah.
Which was manipulation.
Order 66.
Yeah, manipulation tactics that they worked on for generations. You know, they played the long game, and then as soon as they thought they were safe, it was like, the war is won, bro. We got this. Execute Order 66.
Yeah.
So
what I'll say about that is, man, it's just so weird how Obi-Wan Kenobi found this hidden planet that ain't nobody want to talk about, and then he goes to it, and they're like, "Oh, what's up? Welcome. You made it." Right there, I would have been like, "Excuse me? Made it to what? We didn't set anything up." Yeah.
I thought that was weird too. How they mentioned like it was set up by blah blah blah,
Because
but he didn't question it later on. He was like, yeah,
it was a previous.
We got these clones.
I'm talking about Clone Wars or Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Well, he found out about Kamino through after talking to Yoda and finding that there was a missing planet, but there was gravitational pull.
No, I know
in that sector.
That's what we're
and
saying.
They were like,
yeah, we're saying when he got there, why wasn't he suspicious?
They found the hidden planet. The planet. No, look. I know he was suspicious. What I'm saying is, they found the hidden planet. It was hidden. The only reason they were able to tell is because the gravitational pull from the stars, right? And like, then he goes there, and they're like, and he's suspicious, and they're like, "Welcome, bro. We built all of this for you. All these clones are for you guys." We're like, no, like that's right there. I'd have been like, bro, shut the whole freaking thing down there.
Shut it down.
Like, that's weird because like I need to see, like I said, like I need to see the creation process exactly. And like in Clone Wars, you know, never mind. But yeah, some things happen, and they find some stuff out about some orders that are going to happen in the future. And everybody's just like, frick it. Like,
that's the problem. That was the problem with the Jedi.
Yeah, they were too confident.
They just could not lose. They thought the Jedi. The problem with the Jedi and why they failed is that they thought just because you're a Jedi,
you're good.
That you couldn't do wrong.
Yeah.
Like that you could never turn.
Yeah, because I remember.
It's like, you're dumb, bro. Like, y'all are all dumb. And even
that's just weird though, because like Mace Windu, like with the whole Windu thing, like they should have known that from Windu.
You hear the rumors though, and I think they're true, bro. I think they're true.
I'm not Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Count Dooku is what I meant.
Listen,
I said Mace Windu.
Was it Sith?
Mace Windu. Disney Plus series.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
it'd be cool if he shows up in like
Star Wars and the Return of the Motherfucker.
And then you're like, what the like at the end of the season?
You said it'd be cool if what?
If he shows up at the end of the season of like Boba Fett or something, and you're like, what? And then they're like, oh, we're releasing the book of Mace Windu.
I think if he used to show up in anything, it might be Obi-Wan. And I say that because it would make sense. I feel like that's a secret that Kenobi would keep if he was asked to. And in terms of power level, there's a huge issue when you pull Jedi into things like the Mandalorian and things like Boba Fett, is because their power level is astronomically beyond any of the other characters that are in that show. Yeah. And so
I don't know, dude. Like,
I do. Because I've been seeing
like, don't get me wrong, but the Mandalorians were made to fight the Jedi.
Yeah.
And they killed many Jedi.
They do. War. Yeah. Yeah. So, all that's established.
And another thing is that, you know, it just makes sense because Mace Windu killed his dad.
Oh,
and
man, yeah, that does make sense. Now that you say that, Frank, that makes a lot more sense. So
I'm like,
Frank, I forgot that he killed Django, bro.
He killed
Django Unchained.
Oh yeah, he beheaded him.
Yeah, man, he sliced that dude's head off, and freaking Boba Fett was watching like, dang, bro, Dad, you okay? Like,
yeah.
That was rough.
And he was just holding his head like.
You know something funny to think about though? Think about it. The fact that he's got the helmet now means he had to remove his dad's head from the helmet so he can take this shit with him.
But bro, do you understand the skills of Mace Windu to be able to cut directly on somebody's neck?
Yeah.
So that like the helmet don't even touch.
Yeah, I think that they need to reintroduce Mace Windu.
Mace Windu was their best, was the best lightsaber.
I know, and that's the point. Like, that's why they need to, you know, bring him back, because they never really had a chance to show that.
I didn't know he was the strongest.
Nobody even knows that he has his own style. He developed his own lightsaber style. You know what I mean? Like, that's more actual thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, you know, because like nobody, you don't see Mace Windu.
He was the only one that could have defeated Palpatine right then and there. If Anakin wasn't there, he knew how to redirect Force lightning onto the person, and that's why he looked the way that he did.
Yeah.
Because he was redirecting the lightning back at him and draining the life force from him at the same time.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm
he
dying."
Was like,
"Oh, sorry, Anakin, I'm dying." I'm like, bro, you know when you see something and you're like, bro, you're so dumb. You're so dumb, bro. And that's that scene. That's that scene for me, bro. I just feel like,
when I see that scene, I'm like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Right. Don't do it. And I already know he's gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like every time I just watch it, I'm like, oh, please, bro, please. And he's just like, no, stop.
No.
It gets me every time.
Don't let him kill me.
But to wrap up that episode, man. So the Mandalorian meets Luke Skywalker in a room full with Bo-Katan. What's the name? Moff Gideon. Sorry.
The whole crew.
Mel. I always forget this. Gina Carano's character's name.
Shoot.
But she was in the room, and Grogu, right? This is everybody that's in the room. Is Sasha Banks' character in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the child is given to frickin' Luke Skywalker, and I just wanted
to be killed by Kylo Ren in the future.
Nah, that's not how it's gonna happen, I promise.
Yeah,
but it's interesting because I'm wondering where season 3 goes with this.
There's a confirmed season?
There's a confirmed season 3.
See, I thought it was over. I was like, where do you go from here? I'm like, if you're gonna include Luke in the show, it's gonna be weird.
Bro, don't forget it. Freaking Mando still has the Darksaber.
Yeah, and Mandalorian isn't, and I think that's my favorite thing about Mandalorian is like it's not about. It was never about Grogu. He was doing his job the entire time. You know what I'm saying? And like, even though like that was a great arc, it was just that. It was
they have a chance. Yeah, I never thought about that.
And that's gonna. I'm really curious as to where they go, because they could go the route where like the Mandalorian is like off doing his task, and they kind of swap between the two, and they swap between Grogu's training and the Mandalorian like doing
Sebastian
his task.
Stan for season 3.
And I would think that they would have to cast Luke at that point if they did that. If they went that route, if they went the route where they're jumping back and forth, then they would have to cast Luke as an actual character in the series. So where do you guys think that this is going to go for season 3?
Well, I just said I thought it was over. Like I really thought like this was just going to be a small thing and they were going to move on from this. But like you said though, that it was just a job for him, that he could have more, and there's still more depth to that character. They're probably going to explore a lot more of him, especially since they're doing so well right now. Like they're doing great.
Yeah.
I feel like some secrets are going to be revealed about the last runaway people of the Empire. At the same time, I feel like Din Djarin is going to have to go to Mandalore.
Yeah.
At some point.
I think they'll do that, definitely.
Which is going to, have people on Mandalore see him as the new leader of Mandalorians, but also pit him in like a difficult situation with Bo-Katan.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like eventually she's gonna challenge him and get whooped.
I think that's what season 3 will be. It's her versus him versus Bo-Katan.
Yeah. Shoot, what else could even happen?
That's what I said.
I would say like Admiral Thrawn, but I know that they just announced the Ahsoka series, so I doubt that they would have Thrawn.
But they also this is why I can see that happening. They also announced a series where everything comes together. And so the Rangers of the New Republic, the Mandalorian, and Ahsoka will be coming together for some final event. They didn't announce a series, but they said that it can be something. It could be a movie. You know what I mean? But like it can be something from that where it would make sense for him to interact in the 3rd season with Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah. And maybe team up with Jaboy Ezra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
He's still alive after the,
So are there still Sith right now in the Mandalorian?
No.
So that's like done?
So what are they called now? They're like these...
The Inquisitors?
The Inquisitors. But
the Inquisitors were... Well, Inquisitors aren't Sith either. Because with the Sith, there's a thing called the Rule of Two, where there can only be one Sith and one apprentice at a time. And they implemented that because the Sith were getting murdered by the Jedi. So they keep themselves safe. And because they're greedy. They, I think it was Darth Bane created the Rule of Two, which is, so Darth Sidious, who's Palpatine, had a master named Darth Plagueis. And Darth Plagueis' master is Darth Bane.
Okay.
So he created the Rule of Two. So now I don't think there's any Sith, technically. But technically, Palpatine is still alive. So...
What?
Yeah, because of
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, never mind. You didn't see Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
Rise of Skywalker.
Right. So guess what I'm watching tonight, guys? Because I'm lost as...
Yeah.
Like, I already got the thing that Ray's related to him spoiled, like, ages ago, unfortunately. Yeah. So, I already know about that.
I thought that would have been... never mind. Let me just leave it alone. I keep wanting to just talk trash on it, and I'm just like, nah, it's no point, man. But yeah. That's good. The stuff's gonna be exciting. One last thing that they showed during the Mandalorian which was a stinger. Surprisingly, a stinger was pulled from the Marvel stuff and put into Star Wars, where Boba Fett and Finnick go back to Jabba's hut, take out freaking fat homie. I forget his name, but he didn't used to be fat. He got fat.
Mon Mothma.
Mon Mothma. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mon Mothma. He's from the original trilogy, and he was in Jabba's palace. It's kind of like one of his servants or something. And he ended up taking over after Jabba died. But yeah, they go over there. They kill Mon Mothma. And Boba Fett sits in the king's chair, the throne, and freaking basically claims Jabba's hut as his own, as the book of Boba Fett is announced as a series to come this year in December. So that's pretty exciting news. It's also been confirmed by the people over at Lucasfilms that it will be its own series and not season 3 of The Mandalorian, which is what people were expecting it to be. And I actually think that would have been a way more exciting route to go, which is to be like, no, The Mandalorian is not just about it's not just about Din Djarin, it's all Mandalorian. So like now we're gonna be the book of Boba, the book of Bo-Katan, the book of like, dude, I was getting so excited, but
you know, one of my favorite Mandalorians. I can't say, but all I'm gonna say is watch Star Wars Rebels.
Hold on. Oh, is it the main one? Or are you thinking about somebody else?
Starts with an S.
Okay, yeah. I was saying the main one in Rebels, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so definitely watch Rebels. If you guys want to get caught up on that Mandalorian information, you have to watch Clone Wars. You have to watch Rebels because they cover major arcs in the lore of the Mandalorian. If you want to know what's going on, why Mandalorian is the way it is, why the Darksaber is what it is.
Yeah,
that it's the way to go is to watch those CG series. But yeah, with that being said, where are you guys hype level for the Book of Boba Fett? Starting with tech support, man. How you feeling about that?
I'm excited just because I don't know where they're gonna go from here. Like, they're kind of building on this character slowly. So
yeah,
I feel like
in terms of Boba Fett, you're talking about?
Yeah, like all small increments in each and everyone else's story. So now this is going to be his own thing. What are we going to see? Mm-hmm. Like, we'll see a lot more of him and not less of this badass character. He's going to have more of a personality. You're going to get more of a story from him as opposed to. I bet you they'll look more into his dad too, or his clone father, whatever the hell they want to call him. His dad, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jango
Fett. I think and now that freaking. Now that Deej freaking mentioned that the freaking Mace Windu thing, that's all I can think about. So I'm pretty sure that he's gonna show up in the Book of Boba Fett in some shape or form. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. But yeah, Deej, where's your hype levels at for the Book of Boba Fett, man?
I don't really know what to think about it. I don't really know where it's going to turn. I'm kind of lost on why he would even want Jabba's palace. Maybe it's a money thing. I know the Hutts really control a lot of the Outer Rim.
Yeah. When
it comes to smuggling and money and things like that, they're pretty much like the Italian gang of the Outer Rim. So I don't really know what to think about it.
I think that he might be looking for someone. personally.
Maybe.
Who would he be looking for?
I think he's looking for Luke Skywalker.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Yeah, I think he's looking for Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I think because he hates, no. Never mind. there was something somewhere I was going with that, but yeah, no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work.
If he was looking, maybe he found some information about a certain purple lightsaber guy that's roaming around the Outer Rim to stay away from.
Yeah, because I would think that, like, if that would be why you would take over a place like Jabba's Hut, is like if you wanted
to get information.
If you wanted to know where people were, you know, like that's a perfect way because they pretty much own, like Deej said, the Outer Rim. So they know what's going on. They know like the whereabouts of people. They can just talk to a connect or something to get that information. So I would think that would be why he took it over, but who he's looking for exactly, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I think that's what the Book of Boba Fett is going to be, is him hunting something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, either that or he wants to run his own bounty hunters guild, kind of like the one that Din Djarin was in with.
Yeah,
that one black guy who runs his own bounty hunters guild.
Carl Weathers.
Is that his name?
Yeah, this is the actor's name. I don't know his character.
I don't remember that name.
Yeah, so maybe that's it too. I don't know. It could go any way. It's like
so many places it could go. But I just love like trying to guess at it before it's all out.
Before it happens, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with that
dynamics. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to close out. Go ahead. It's not good for me to go ahead.
No, it's okay because it's a spoiler. I forgot.
Okay. Well, yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, man. With Star Wars, the freaking Mandalorian is amazing. Star Wars in general is amazing. We got so much content coming in the future. Amazing episodes, man, all throughout. I honestly, like, even the ones I skipped were really good episodes. Like the Boba Fett episode where he, like, went off on all of those stormtroopers. Freaking amazing. Even the parts with Fennec I thought were dope. Because, like, she was no-scoping people and stuff like that, jumping off mountains, skydiving and stuff. I'm like, bruh, she going in.
Doing the most.
Yeah. And I like that episode with Carl Weathers that he directed also with him and Gina Carano. I think, like, breaking into some...
is it Cara Dune? Cara Dune?
Thank you. Cara Dune. Yeah, that does sound very familiar. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. It just popped in my head. Like,
yeah.
Dunes.
So, yeah, when they broke into the thing and they kind of found those weird Snoke clones floating in the tube. It was a good episode too, man.
Was that Snoke?
Nah, I'm just saying Snoke clones, but it could have been freaking Palpatine or anything, really. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been The Mandalorian in Review. And make sure you tune in for the real episode, which is WandaVision, coming out next week. Thank you guys so much. Episode 15 and 16, or sorry, episode 1 and 2 release. Episode 1 and 2 release next week. So we'll be reviewing both of those. And yeah, peace out.